So, welcome everyone to a podcast within a podcast. We're going to do some PowerBomb Weekly. We're going to talk about what's going on in the world of wrestling news and rumors.
Yes, sir.
So, Eslam, whenever you're ready, I'll take that first story so I can talk on it. Warner Brothers Discovery wants long-term deal with AEW. So, I've talked about this a little bit where Warner Brothers Discovery saw AEW and were like, hey, they're doing a lot of good stuff. They're getting a lot of views. We're trying to see if we can get them to do more for us. That's where a lot of views are coming in because the movies are lacking apparently. So AEW is something that's bringing in viewers. Now, what they're doing is I was reading in the same article right here, which let me get the name real quick. This was Wrestle Talk, written by True Heel SP3. In this same exact article, they talk a little bit about how they're going to try to present TNT as more of a sports centric channel, and they're going to try to make AEW fit more into the sports category as opposed to an entertainment category, which is makes a lot of sense when you look at something like WWE, which is portrayed as sports entertainment. AEW tries to distance themselves. They don't call themselves sports entertainers; they are wrestlers, and they try to view wrestling as a sport, even though we know the ins and outs of what's going on for the most part. So it is looking like it's something that they really want to do, and they want to try to have like a very good standing with AEW. It looks like the previous deal that Warner Brothers had with AEW was very one-sided, and it only benefited AEW. It didn't really benefit Warner. So now it looks like Warner Brothers Discovery is like, all right, let's see if we can find something that's more an even ground, and we can utilize AEW to grow ourselves as well. So it's good to see that they see AEW in that light, especially since it's still a fairly new company. But hopefully, Eslam, if you want to move to the next one, hopefully we get to see AEW new shows and stuff come about, and to get a little bit more sponsoring from Warner Brothers. That'd be great. Now that's the first story. Now this is just the main story. This is the rest of what I'm going to be talking about. So a little while ago, I talked about how there was a backstage fight, a real fight, at the end of the All Out pay per view between CM Punk and the Elite and a few other various people. So this article, it's a little bit old, also by Wrestle Talk, written by Andy Dotson. Andy Datson. Um, Looks like AEW is trying not to bring back CM Punk. CM Punk, he said some stuff after the press conference where he went ahead and he shitted on the entire Elite, who are the executive vice presidents, being Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. He talked shit about Hangman Adam Page, who's one of the biggest fan favorites in the company. He just kind of just talked shit about people in general, which sucks because CM Punk, phenomenal wrestler, beloved by the fans. He was gone from wrestling. He came back. It was one of the most monumental moments in all of pro wrestling history. So him doing all that stuff, starting a fight, everybody involved gets suspended. Ace Steel, I believe that was his name, gets fired, who was on the side of CM Punk, who went ahead and pulled Kenny Omega's hair and bit him. And now you have looking like Punk is in rumors are he's not supposed to be coming back. That's let me move to the next one. Supposedly, Tony Khan is willing to buy out CM Punk's contract just so he doesn't come back and they don't have to deal with the quote unquote headache that is CM Punk at this point. Which sucks because CM Punk's one of my all time favorites. Anybody who knows me knows I've always been a fan of CM Punk. So here's another article where we talk a little bit more on this, written by Connell Rumsey, also on Wrestle Talk, where apparently it's not just Tony Khan and stuff like that. It looks like a lot of the wrestlers and everybody, they're kind of just like, you know what, we're good. We don't want Punk back, which sucks, man, because Punk has only been back for a year, literally 1 year, and he's had one of the best 1 year runs I've ever seen. From his comeback to winning the title to dropping it, and all the matches he's had in between, the feuds with MJF, just he's been on fire. Like that has to be one of the best single year performances I've ever seen in wrestling, and he's doing it after being retired for what 7 years, and he's like he hasn't done it in a while. He had to get back into the groove of things, and he killed it, man. Like he did an amazing job. But it's looking like a lot of people are just like, you know what, man, I don't want to have to deal with this no more. It's just too much bad blood. There's been a lot of backstage politicking and a lot of stuff it sucks because you see AEW before was such a happy place, and then sadly around the time Punk came in, things have kind of just dwindled in terms of you know not rapport, but just standing and stuff. That's something if you want to move to the next one as well. So hopefully they try to figure something out. It sucks if Punk goes, but I mean, if it's for the better of AEW and that's what Tony Khan wants, of course he's the one who's gonna go ahead and make that decision. As long as you got the next one ready.
Isn't this it, or
No.
you want this one?
Oh, this is the next one. My bad. I didn't realize it. It's the same picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it was. So yeah, this one's written by Laura Cood or Cutie. I'm sorry if I don't say her name correctly. So it looks like we're pretty much at the point where it's looking like this is going to be settled. There isn't going to be a CM Punk anymore. It looks like things should be wrapped up. We still don't know officially. We will find out in the near future if Punk is going to be back or not. But as of right now, it looks like this is all going to be wrapped up, the investigation at least, and it all seems like CM Punk ain't going to be coming back. There were rumors that he'd go back to WWE. With that
I
being
was just
said,
about to ask that. Do you think
yeah,
he moves to WWE now?
so he had a lot of issues with WWE, and he didn't want to be there. Now that was a lot of people, and then Vince McMahon had his issues, and now Triple H is in charge, right? So everyone's like, okay, would Punk want to be back? The interesting thing about Punk is he had more issues with Triple H than he ever did with Vince. So now that Triple H is running the show, I don't know if Triple H would want Punk. I don't know if there's other wrestlers that would want Punk, or if Punk would even want to go back to that company. He might have a bad taste in his mouth still because of that. But famously, Triple H did once say on TV, it's like, you like to go out here and run your mouth and you try to do all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you're backstage trying to stab people in the back. You're doing all these backstage politics. People don't really know the truth, and people keep on bringing this up nowadays, years later, where they're like, "Shit, was Triple H telling the truth?" We don't know, of
that's
course.
interesting.
And Eslam, if you want to just do the last one there.
This is the last one.
There should be one more after this.
This is the fifth one.
All
there
right.
was this one. Oh, is this the same one?
No, there's one more with a different picture.
Sorry, 1 second.
You're all good.
I must have done the same one.
That's all good. So with this one, with this being said, with everything going on with Punk, he did recently say something on Twitter. So we're just like, oh my god, okay, is it happening? He has something to say. He broke the media silence. And with that being said, Punk goes ahead and he tweets. First of all, this is written by Connell Rumsey from Wrestle Talk. He tweets about there we go. There's a show that's coming out that's written by his wife, AJ Lee, formerly known as what was her name? AJ Lee was a wrestling name. AJ Styles is a guy. No, AJ Mendez is her real name. AJ Lee is a wrestling name. So that's his wife, and it's just like everybody's like, "Oh my god, Punk's gonna say something. What's he gonna say?" And he's just like, "Yeah, check out the show my wife wrote on." So there's a new show that's coming out called Blade of the 47 Ronin, written by Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez. And she's known for doing a lot of writing. AJ Mendez, formerly known as AJ Lee in wrestling, is actually supposed to be like a really good writer. So it seems cool.
I think it just came out on Netflix.
It just came out on Netflix. Yeah, so it's written by her. But yeah, that's what Punk has to say about the issue. So that's all I got for what the hell is my show called? PowerBomb Weekly.
PowerBomb Weekly.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy to say that. But yeah, so that's what it is. I'll let you guys know going forward with what's going to go on with Punk, but it's looking like this is where we're at.